What I noticed is that when we teach a horse to do, say, 10, 15, 20, 25, and even 30 steps, what happens is the horse starts to voluntarily, and this is very important, voluntarily, sit down behind by rotating the pelvis more underneath the body by closing the lumbosacral junction, where the pelvis meets the lumbar part of the back, and lift up through the back. So they do this all on their own. But we can give the horse the experience of coming backwards. And again, after 10, 15, 20 steps, the horse starts to naturally sit down behind and take their weight on those powerful hind quarters and hocks, and then move forwards in that natural balance, because they have felt how much better it feels to shift their weight towards the back. Now, what is really, really important when we train horses is to teach them to take the weight off the front end and put the weight on the rear. The rear is where all the muscles are, the big carrying muscles. But without teaching the horse to do that, they tend to allow their weight to thunder onto the front legs. This is not good for the front limbs. It also makes the horse very difficult to ride, because a horse that's heavy on the front would be difficult to turn, just like having a flat tire on a bicycle.
Right. Yes.
So and also it makes Mike's job much, much harder, because the horse is crushing the feet constantly.
Right.
So
go ahead, Mike.
I like to use a.
Hold on,
sorry,
Mike wants to say something. Real quick.
I was taught something many years ago when I was young and thought I knew something. Now I know nothing. I spent a little time with an old reining trainer, Dale Wilkinson. He had moved down to Georgia to retire, and his thing with any horses, there was no such thing as a stop. Stop was not a gait. A gait was a rein back, but not completed. But you always wanted a horse to learn, even in a halter, to rein back in the stop. That way the horse loads onto the back end, puts the back, and the horse is ready for the next maneuver. And we tend not to stop that. We just stop them. Even with babies, it's like that was automatic. Rein back, rein back, rein back. When you go to the stall, open the door, rein back. When you didn't do it, he hit you in the back with a Coke can that he hadn't opened yet, and he made you drink it because the Coke was shaking up. So anyway, that was and people, well, that's reining horses. Well, that's mechanics of any horse.
It is, and the Western riders and trainers, they've had a lot of this stuff worked out a long time ago, because agility is an integral part of the job that they have to do.